The protagonist of the story that I have for you today is my friend Johnny from school. Now, Johnny was always a great kid, but unfortunately, he was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy at a young age. Now, people with muscular dystrophy don't often live past 25. But Johnny, he's 29 and still alive and kicking. Still alive. Now, I hadn't seen Johnny in 10 years. My first time going to see him again was a little bit emotional. It's a bit sad sitting next to him, till he leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Adam, I'm 29, I'm still a virgin. Can you please take me to a brothel?" Now this is where I light up. I go, yes. However, I tell him that we have to tell his parents and his brother first. Now we go to talk to his brother, and he is not on board at all at first. Luckily, I'm quite the convincer. So we get there, eventually. Anyway, he says no sex, but he can do everything else. And I think this is an excellent little compromise. Anyway, convincing his parents were a bit tougher because they never really liked me for some reason. However, eventually, through minimal detail, we managed to get there. Now we both go back into the room and see Johnny, and he's exactly where we left him. And I tell him the next morning, we're leaving at 6 a.m, because that's when minimal people are there, and to be ready. So we get to the next morning, and it's 6 a.m, and we call a cab. We need a special cab so he can get in with his wheelchair. And as we get there, his brother's unloading him, and gives me enough time to go in and talk to the girls. Now, I tell them the situation that's unfolding, and only two of them stick around, but that's okay. One's more attractive than the other, but out of respect for them, I still ask Johnny which one he wants. Now Johnny goes, "I want the one in the green dress." And this confuses me for a second, and I turn to Andrew, go, "What's he talking about?" Because there's no girl in a green dress. And he goes, "Yeah, he's colorblind." Now I know what you're thinking. Colorblind doesn't really go along with muscular dystrophy. And you'd be right. Johnny was lucky enough to get both. Now, we leave him alone with this girl, and we think everything's okay. We get outside, breathe a sigh of relief, turn to Andrew and say, "How's he getting his clothes off?" And Andrew, his brother, goes, "Damn it." Anyway, so we venture back in. Second time we come out, Andrew's much more worried. He asks, "What if he has a heart attack in there?" But I'm very good at reassuring. So I tell Andrew, "I'm an expert in resuscitation, no problems. Push, push, blow, blow, all good." He asked if I've taken a course. I said no, but how hard can it be? Now I'm sure this filled Andrew with a lot of confidence. Anyway, after about 30 minutes, she comes out, opens the door, and she goes, "Well, it's over." And me and Andrew look at each other, and simultaneously we go, "Is he dead?" Her response was, "I didn't check that." So me and Andrew look at each other, we're racing, and this man has the biggest smile on his face that I have ever seen. And I feel proud, doing a good deed, doing right with the world. Afterwards we head out, we go back to the cab, and the cab driver's still there, sitting in the exact same position. I open the door and he says, "I'll take you anywhere you want, I just have to know what happened." And that's my story of my friend Johnny.